Welcome, welcome, family. Family, it's been a while since I've been on here.
I
Um,
love you, Tommy.
to King's Honesty. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's good. My boy Daniel couldn't be on here tonight. He got a busy schedule tomorrow, early tomorrow morning. And yeah, man, I've been on X putting in work, you know, representing FBA and making sure that we are getting our just due. You know what I'm saying? And but what I really want to talk to you about, family, is that my brothers out there, my brothers. So what we doing? We setting up our show now, and our show is going to entail being able to call in and talk about what men want, what you as an individual man want, as far as a woman, as far as marriage, um, and then what you looking for, because a lot of shows don't talk about um, what men want. You know, I see a lot of shows and they pretty much cater to females. You know, The Godfather, which I'm older than him, but The Godfather was trying to bridge the gap between the men and women. I think we're trying to do the same thing. I don't really want the war between uh, FBA women and FBA men. I think that was an agenda that was set in place to destroy relationships between us. And I think it's up to us as the men alphas out here to try to bring that stuff back together, put it back on the table so we can discuss it. But the first thing we have to do, we have to talk about um, what men want. I think that uh, I don't think we're being represented well in regards to what we're looking for. And the thing is, we have to be more precise. And that's why we setting up a show where you can call in and you can get up on the screen and you can talk about what type of woman you want, what do you do for a living, um, and you know, every man has an idea of beauty, what they're attracted to. Let's be real. Every man has an idea of what we're attracted to, and um, I don't think men get to say that a lot. They don't get to say what they really attracted to and what type of woman, what type of spirit does she have. I'm not into the religious thing, but what type of spirit does she have? Was she raised with a father or a grandfather or brothers? Um, how does she carry herself um, when you go out to dinner or when you go out to eat? Is she demanding to go to a 5-star restaurant? Because I'm gonna tell you something, brothers. If a woman is into you, she's not gonna care where you take her. Yeah, you shouldn't. Um, she's not gonna care. She just wants to be with you. She just wants to be around you. You know, as soon as they start locking into, um, I want to go to Ruth Chris, or I want to go to Gibson's, or I want to go to these kind of places, then they're not really into you like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're not really into you like that. So that's your first flag right there. Women choose men. Men got it twisted. They got the game twisted. Uh, I was raised by some players, and they told me, "Listen, you, she gonna choose you. When she chooses you, she's a lot more cooperative. She picks up the phone when you call. You know, When she make it in, she'll text you or call you, let you know she made it in. That's when the woman chooses you. But if you chase her down and get to throwing your money around, well, you trying to buy her, right? You trying to buy her. So you can't get mad if she says, I want to go to, Gibson Steakhouse or Chicago Steakhouse, because she's telling you what her price is. Since you're trying to buy her, she's telling you. So you shouldn't get mad, you know, um, because you chasing her. She didn't choose you, you chasing her. So she gonna make you spend your bread. That's all it is to it. She gonna make you spend your bread. And so don't get mad because um, this is how you coming into everything is you spending bread. You just don't have no gain. That's all, brothers. We just trying to be honest with you. You just don't have no gain. And we're gonna help you get some gain over here at King's Honesty. We're gonna keep it real with you. We're gonna tell you the absolute truth and how to get some gain. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. You go, and this happens a lot. Well, I remember we used to go, I don't go club hopping, I don't do all this stuff. Strictly about business with me. But I remember we used to go to the club, and I always went to scream at the finest girl in the club, period. At least the finest one in my eyes. I always went for her. You know what I mean? Because I had that kind of confidence, But I also had enough sense to understand that other women that were there saw me go for her. And they understood that they was not as fine as she was. So I just looked at it like, once I got through talking to her and we chopped it up and she was cool, we kicked it. I looked at it like, okay, now now I got the whole room where I can move around in, and that's what I did. So, but that takes a lot of confidence. And sometimes the finest girl in the club to you, at least to me, she wasn't really the girl I was after. I was really after the one that was choosing me. Now, if I didn't like the one that was choosing me, I didn't go for it. I would be cool with her, but I didn't go for it. But you got to set your standards high, and you got to put your wallet back in your pocket. Y'all take your wallet out too soon, and you want to impress. Well, the only person I'm trying to impress is me. If I'm with my guy, one of my homies or whatever, he got game. We use, let me tell you something. If a woman sends you a cocktail and you at your table and the waiter comes over and says, oh, the lady over there with the pink shirt on sent you this cocktail, right? I would look down there, give her a salute. If she was fine, at least to my liking, then I might push up on it. If she wasn't, and let's just say she's a big girl, because I'm not into big girls like that. Some men are. I'm not. Then what I would do is send her back a cocktail. Right? And later, if I saw her, I would say thanks and everything. I asked her, did she get the cocktail back? And she said, yeah. I said, okay, cool. That's what's up. It's nice meeting you. And I keep it moving. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, young brothers, y'all just don't have no game. That's just a fact. And so you push it up on these women or girls, young ladies, and the only thing on your mind is sex. That's it. And sometimes the only thing on their mind is sex. But a lot of times, if she's not attracted to you, and you keep pursuing her, she's looking at it like, well, if you're gonna pay, then I'll be with you. You know? And then y'all get mad, and then you got a problem because you caught her cheating. Well, she's cheating with the broke guy who she's attracted to. A lot of times that'll be the baby daddy, the father of the kid who don't want her. That's who she's chasing behind. And like I said before, women choose men. That's the bottom line. Women choose men. I don't care if she's rich, broke, a professional. Women choose men. And a lot of times you guys are out here chasing these women who really not trying to be with you like that. You know? And the woman who chose you might be just an average, mediocre girl, but you want the cheerleader. That's what we call the little squad of fine girls. And later on in life, they be all friends and they all be still fine and professional women. And some of y'all want the cheerleaders. You ain't getting the cheerleader unless you pay for it. That's all it is to it. It's not a personal thing with them. It's just not. A lot of times you meet women online. Hey, you put your profile in there and then you get catfished and things like that. But a lot of times y'all lying about your profile too. You know what I mean? I said, so, everybody needs to get straight up with each other. Let me tell you something, brothers. The best game to have is honesty. Honesty is the best game you can possibly have. And confidence. And confidence. But the first thing you need to know is what you want. You have to know what you want. And you have to know what type of woman you want, what type of lady you want. You have to know that. You have to know whether you okay with wigs, color hair, weaves. If you're not, then you're not looking at her to date with any type of intention. You're looking at her as a quick hit. And what happens with quick hits, sometimes they turn into 2-3 years. That's the bottom line. They turn into 2 or 3 years because next thing you know, she done moved in with you. Y'all have a kid. And this relationship was not supposed to be a relationship. It was supposed to be a quick hit for both of you all. And circumstances pulled and pushed y'all towards each other. And now you stuck. It's toxic. The police is at your house and all kind of stuff. And I hear people say, man, that's that ghetto stuff. Bro, let me tell you something. I've been out in the balance trade in Chicago, in Illinois, and the houses out there $700,000 to $800,000 to $1 million, and we be sitting on a deck, and we hear screaming and yelling, and the police pull up. So this doesn't have anything to do with your money. People with money get divorced all the time. It's just people in the hood don't get married. That's all. That's the whole difference. But you brothers who want really good women and good wives, you have to know what you want. You have to ask the right questions. Like, what are you, if you dating with intentions and you're like, okay, I'm in my mid 30s, almost 40 years old, and I want to start a family. I don't want a ready made family. I want to start my own family. Then what age group of females are you looking at? You can't be looking at the 40-year-olds, your age, to start a family with. You got to go back 10 years, bro. You got to go back to the 30-year-old. That's the bottom line. Now, if you don't want seeds uh, and children, then yeah, your range is a lot broader because you know you can get 35, 40-year-old woman and all of that stuff that don't have kids and just a professional woman, and then y'all can work it out from there. But the older you get, the more you become set in your ways. See, that is a problem, you know, for men and women. You become set in your ways. When you become set in your ways, you're used to doing things a certain way. You used to cleaning up your house a certain way, or if you got somebody come in and clean up, you used to your stuff being a certain way. Now all of a sudden, you got a whole nother human being in there. And she's used to doing things her way, you know? So these are things that you all don't think about because our race of people, we didn't necessarily have planned marriages. You know what I'm saying? A lot of races have planned marriages, you know, and we didn't have planned marriages. You know, we were just free for all. Everything was, hey, she fine. Hey, he this, hey, that. So that's what we went for. But I think in today's time, with the temperature of the way things are going right now, I think that brothers need to date more intentional. And women, when they get over 30, 33, 34 years old, y'all better start dating with more intention. I'm telling you right now, you could blow up your 20s if you want to. But once you get to that end of that 20, you better start dating with some intention and surrounding yourself with brothers that are going to help you get to the next level. And so you can help him get to the next level. Because um, I see a lot of professional, and I hate to say this, you know, FBA women, they are like literally losing their property. They are losing their homes. They are being evicted. You know, they living above their means. They're riding around in the Benz. They got the Gucci bags, all constantly putting money in white people's pockets. They go to the Oriental places to get their nails done, putting money in the Asian pockets. You know what I'm saying? Us and we're doing this as a group. We just have to get on code and do better, which FBA, that's what we're doing. We're trying to help. Shout out to my brother Tariq Nasheed. I've been knowing Tariq for probably over 30, 35 years. And we have to become more intentional with the way we move around, you know, and we're doing that by separating ourselves from other groups, other tribes. So now I want to see if we can bridge a gap between our FBA women and our FBA men, especially the young guys, 35, 37 years old, and the 30-year-old women, so we can start creating families again. Because that's what makes a community strong, families again. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just letting you brothers know, the one who chooses you is going to stick with you. That's the bottom line. If a woman chooses you, she pretty much going to stick with you. She going to ride or die with you. Now, what's happening is, I remember I was listening to this brother, and he said, you marry the wrong woman, you get the wrong kids. Then you got the wrong grandkids. You know what I mean? So it just becomes a trail of disaster. And the same thing with the women. You marry the wrong man, Then you end up with the wrong kids. It just becomes a whole web of I wish I wouldn't have. I wish I wouldn't have. One of the things about relationships is this. I've learned relationships are compromise. Women, I hope you listening. Relationships are a compromise. It's not about everything going your way. It's about a compromise. You know, you have to compromise some things. Brothers got to compromise some things. There's nothing in this world that you don't have to compromise to get to the next levels. You have to sacrifice to get to the next levels. You got to sacrifice in relationships to get to the next levels. You know, and black women shouldn't be 80% of divorces. That behavior women, that's not what needs to happen. You all cannot be fighting other people's agendas or falling into the agenda that other people set for you and then fighting for their reasoning why they're doing what they're doing. You know, fight for your own reason. Fight for the family. You know what I'm saying? Fight for the family. We fight for everything but our families. That's just real. We turn on each other as a group in a minute. You know? And I don't say, for instance, Diddy. I'm not going there. That's not the subject I'm on today. But I don't have nothing to say about Diddy either way. The reason why is because it seemed like to me, everybody that was caught up in the madness was grown people, grown ass people. Money made people do some crazy shit. So where's your integrity? Where's your moral compass to say, I'm not doing that shit? So I'm going to leave that there. But that ties right back to relationships. I watched the gold digger relationships where the guy pull up in a nice car, the woman don't talk to him. And I know a lot of the skits, and then she'll come back around. But I've seen that happen for real. Where you in the mall and you scream and I've seen brothers scream at a girl and whoop and get outside. And she with her girlfriend, she didn't give him a time of day, and he gets outside and gets in a Maserati or his Ferrari, and she right at the window now. So we just have to do better as a people. But first we have to understand why we are where we are and why our community has been destroyed. It was destroyed on purpose. The strength and the power of FBA men and women is together. That's our power. So if I'm your enemy and I know that's your power, my job is to make sure that y'all don't link up to become a force to be reckoned with. My job is to make sure y'all at odds with each other all the time. My job is to make sure that the women are running around saying there's no men, the men ain't shit. My job is to make sure that I broadcast that all the time, so other women can pick it up and run with it. That's my job. My job is to make sure that you, the men and the women, cannot sit at that table together without going to war with each other. So if I'm your enemy, and I know about both groups, the black man and black woman, FBA is one group. There's no separate group. And what they did was they said, you know what? We're going to take the black women and make them their own group. Now, mind you, they didn't do that with any other group of people. So we're going to give them the TV shows, Black Girl Magic. We're going to give them this, give them that, give them. They can stream and cuss each other out all through the TV shows. And we're going to pay them. They can act the fool. We're going to let them do it. It's the reason they did that. Because that destroys the community. Empower the woman and try to take the power from the man, which they've been trying to do for black men for decades. And we always keep our power. So then they take the voice, you know. But we got to get back on the same page. FBA, women and men, we got to cut out the nonsense. We got to stop degrading ourselves as a people, as a group. We got to start carrying ourselves properly so the next generation can actually have a chance to be successful. Within our group ranks, we got to talk about life insurance policies. We got to talk about, instead of running out buying this and buying that, buy this stock, get this stock, buy that stock. It don't cost you for $200 or $300. Buy this crypto, buy that crypto. So that way, your son and daughter could be sitting there and accumulating wealth, and it just grows and grows and grows. Then you get a insurance policy that you can, you know, for $200,000 or $300,000 and $500,000, and you can go take $200,000 to go buy a home and rehab it, sell it, make the money back, and still make $150,000 cash on it. We got to talk about some things, FBA. Women and men. Women and men. We don't have to have, we got sisters out here. This is the truth. We got sisters out here and brothers that's making clothes, that's making leather bags that's sharp. But we still want what they want. It's a brother right now on YouTube walking around asking black women why they want to be white women. And the sisters are getting mad at the young brother. They're getting mad at him. You know? I'll say this. I don't knock anybody's hustle, but I'll say this. The gods and goddesses made us exactly how they wanted us to look in regards to not features, but as far as the type of hair and things. The goddesses, she had the curly wool hair. So she made black women in her image. And we've been told, and they've been told, that the straight hair and all that stuff is the pretty image. But I'm gonna tell you this, black women, not to black men. We like your curls to the world. We like those antennas that the sun can hit and give you information. You know? So what we want to do is we want to get back to bridging the gap between us and our community, because our community is so far apart from each other right now that you know, it makes both sides vulnerable. And I get the fact that, you know, some of the FBA brothers are, you know, yeah, they travel overseas and they traveled into all these countries because they're looking for wives. They're looking for cooperative women. You know, black men have always created new races. That's why all these races are around here right now. Black men have always did that. But we want to solidify ourselves as a group of people, as a powerful group. So men, we're going to announce it. We're probably going to do it next Thursday. We got another podcast coming up tomorrow called Disrespect. And that is, why are black women disrespecting black men and vice versa? Why is this happening? And here's the sad part. We're doing it for the world to see That's the sad part. We're doing it for the world to see. So men, get it together so you can come up. We're gonna send links in there. I'm still working on it. I'm doing this on StreamYard. I'm still working on YouTube. For some reason, YouTube just seems to be more difficult for me to do this on. I don't know why, but I'm gonna have it together by next week. Um, I'm working on my setup and everything. That's why I don't have my face on here. But let's pull it together, FBA people. Let's get on the same page and start moving forward. Let's move forward. Let's get together, buy property, 500 acres, and build houses on those acres, and start really putting stuff together. Have our own chicken, get our own chicken coops, our own gardens and vegetable gardens and livestock. We got to start making moves. These Gucci's and all that, we got to put that stuff down. We just making those people rich. They already billionaires. We're making them richer. You know, that's just real. The Asians come over, they all get together. Let me tell you how they do it. They get together and open up them nail shops. There'd be 3, 4, 5 of them put their money in to get that. Same thing with the beauty supply places. It'd be investors, other Asian investors. They all come together to get our money, and we can't come together to do nothing but argue, disagree, degrade each other, fight. No, we got to put an end to that. That's not what time it is. So we're gonna start coming in, putting in this work and talking to everybody. So get everybody's opinion. Men, get it together so you can come up next Thursday, Tuesday and Thursday. That's when we're gonna be on doing what men want. Women, you're welcome too, but this is really for men to get up so you can hear what they want, what type of lady they like, what type of hair on the lady they like. You know, do they like the wigs? Do they like the this, that, and the other? You know, and I hear a lot of women saying, I don't do that. I don't be doing that to impress men. You know what I mean? I don't know who you're doing it for. I mean, for your girlfriends? Listen, they're trying to normalize a lot of things that never happens within our group. We got to stop this from happening. Just because that's their way, the westernized way, doesn't mean that we have to be that way. That's against our ancestors' beliefs. You know? We got another segment coming up, and the question is going to be, listen, like and subscribe too. If it's going through YouTube, I'm not sure. I'm not even looking at nothing but just a screen. But do you think religion plays a part in our division within our community groups between men and women and men? Do you think religion plays a part in our division? I want to hear what you have to say about it. You know, I just want FBA men and women to start getting together so we can start a healthy dialogue and movement towards the future for the next generations. You know, we have to start doing that. That's just real. And I was watching a video, I guess it was a video on YouTube today, and the lady went to the man's house. The man busted the young man in his house in his daughter's bedroom with her. I guess he put him out, and the guy was going back with him, so the man kind of forced him out his house. The mother's there defending the young man, talking about, you don't put your hands on my son at his house. They at this man's house. The man said what he had to say. He said, I'm going to close the door. Then the young man tries to go inside his house. This is what happened when you being raised by these single moms who are out of control and they raise their sons emotionally. He tried to go in this, push through this man's door. And I know for a fact that man had his gun on him and he could have killed that boy and walked away scot-free. But he had enough control over his mind, and the mother grabbed the boy, who was around 6 feet, 6'1", and pulled him out the man, pulled him back. So she didn't teach him, hey, that man caught you in his room. He told you to get out. You should have got out that man's house. And you should have apologized to that man on the way out. But no, she's defending him at his house. Listen, you can't come to my house with that. That man did a good job of staying calm. But you can't come to my house on my property like that. No, you cannot do that. You get one warning from me. So we have to do better as a group of people. We just have to do better, you know? And we think that they're not laughing like the lady on TikTok at the abortion clinic, shaking her behind. That's how she got pregnant the first time. That's a shame. Like, where is our sense of integrity, pride? You know? We just have to do better. FBA women and men, I love you all. Y'all my family. We got to do better. We're going to get some calls in next time. And so we can really have some real dialogue, some honest dialogue without the name calling and beating up on each other. The other groups are already beating up on the tethers are already attacking us. Let's just keep it a buck. They're attacking us, you know? So we have to we have to pull our tribe together. You know, it's not too late. It's not too late. You know, pull our tribe together. Let's get some mentorships going. Let's get these young men under some leadership, under some coaches and some programs, engineering programs, investment programs. They got those programs for kids that's 10 years old, 7 years old. That's a fact. So we're going to start talking and we're going to start listing things in different cities where you could take your sons to, your daughters to, where they can get that extra push to be elevated psychologically at 10 years old, 7 years old. And by the time they get 14, they'd be like, whoo, like, where'd this young man and young lady come from? They are sharp. That's how we want our kids. We don't want them out there twerking and showing themselves and, you know, being degraded by being on IG and showing their bodies. No, we don't want that. You know, we want businesses, doctors, lawyers, engineers, entrepreneurs. Yes, what we want. We want nurses. We want construction managers, you know, project managers, developers. That's what we want. That's what we have to strive to do, to build our own community up. Right? All right, family. Listen, I love you all. And we will be on next time. We'll be on tomorrow night, I think it is. Tomorrow's Friday, yeah. We'll be on tomorrow night, I think at 8:30. And it's about the one called Disrespect. You know, like and subscribe to the channel. We was on for a while and we kind of got off because we started doing a lot of other things. But just like and subscribe, and hopefully we will be seeing everybody soon, but we definitely gonna keep doing it consistently because that was our problem. We didn't do it consistently, so we want you to. We on X too, up under King's Honesty. Oh man, we be getting it in on X, but we want you all to like and subscribe to the channel, and we're gonna stay consistent, and we're gonna see you next time, FBA family. All right. Um, Peace.
I love you, Tommy.